actually went live on YouTube before I came here live this morning. My people on YouTube missed me. I've been spending too much time with you. I've been spending too much time with my TikTokers. It's nice to see everybody. I'm just waiting for a few people to get in chat because we got a few things to go over. Listen, guys, the TBI actually met with the parents yesterday afternoon. And Chris, from my understanding, it was a little, everybody was confused as to whether Chris attended this TBI meeting with the bio parents, but it sounds like just Katie and Seth were at this particular meeting. I believe that Katie's back home and Chris is still in Memphis, trying to maintain work and stuff like that, which is insane to me. You got a kid that's been missing for a month. You would think that all hands would be on deck, but apparently that's not the case for them. But Seth, it didn't sound like Katie gave an interview with anybody after this meeting with TBI. One thing that I garnered from this meeting with TBI, oh, there's your name. It's nice to see you, the real me too. Wow, you do have a weird name on here. But anyways, it didn't seem like Katie gave an interview after this particular meeting with TBI. It just seems like TBI gave them an update. Seth, when I first got this update, like last night when this was going off, it said something about, like, their title of this was TBI believes Seth Rogers is alive. Or not Seth Rogers, Sebastian Rogers is alive. And I'm like, what? So naturally I turn into it because I'm like, well, we've been out here and everything that we're looking at is not leaning us to, so what information do they have? Like I went straight to it and I'm like, what is this about? And so I'm reading it and then I'm like, okay, let me just play this video. And it's this video right here, or no, I guess it's not on this particular clip, but anyways, they have a video of Seth interviewing after this, and he's basically saying that, law enforcement, well, he says several things that contradict themselves. He says law enforcement, basically, they have all been cleared, or not cleared, but they're not suspects. And then we find out later in the interview that it's not that they're not suspects because they haven't been cleared. It's that there's no information right now leading to them to believe that anybody in the family had anything to do with it. So they haven't found the evidence yet. But you can tell that Seth Rogers was holding a massive amount of information back. But one thing that is very clear is that TBI and law enforcement is not communicating with this family about any of the information that they're finding out. They're giving them very, very strategic updates, and that's it. And so last night, one of the YouTubers that were out there, boots on the ground, that is now back in his studio, actually had Seth Rogers on his live. He did an interview with him. It looked like he did an interview with him off his live stream, just an interview that he recorded, and then he uploaded as a video. And there were some key things in that interview. And one, it was the look of Seth when talking about Chris. One of the things that I have noticed is that Seth is out there every single day searching for his son by himself. The family is not coming off as a unified front. And it appears that it once was a unified front. And what do I mean by that? One thing that we learned in that interview with Dolly's on Dolly's channel is that there was no court. They didn't have to go to court to change their custody arrangement. It sounds like they were good. They didn't need the courts to tell them to be parents. Some of these young kids today, they won't even pay child support unless a court tells them to, right? Not the fact that they're a father or a mother and they're required to take care of their child. They have to have a court tell them. This is not those types of parents. They keep everything out of court. It sounds like that they just make decisions amongst themselves, which tells me that they usually work with themselves, and they usually work with themselves very well for the well-being of their son. So hearing that they're fractured now, that they're not working together now, that they're not calling each other now, that they're not communicating now when it's the most important part because their son is missing, it's showing me even more guilt and shame from the Proudfoots. Why are they so guilt and shameful? They're running away. They're not helping. They're not posting flyers. They're not out there searching. They're not doing anything but trying to get up on media and make themselves look like they're the grieving parents that are doing everything they can to look for their son when they ain't doing squat. The only person out there doing squat is Seth. So why are there so many of these phenomenons going on in this case when it comes to the Proudfoots? Where is Katie? Why is she not out there moving heaven and earth for her son? Like, to be honest with you, I'm a little taken back because I've always known mama bears. You know, I've always known the mama bears to come out. I know papa bears too, but when you have a missing child, you see mama bear, not papa bear, out the way, is what I'm saying. And mama bear's going gun-ho looking for her cub. She don't give a damn. And you've got just the opposite in this case, where this woman is literally sitting at home, running away from home, hiding herself away, sticking her head in the sand. Why? That is not military behavior. She's from the military. Military behavior, we stand up, you look at it eyeball to eyeball, you say yes sir, no sir, you report for duty. You report for duty. The two people that are military trained are the only two people that did not report for duty. Now, again, I'm not saying that the Proudfoots had anything to do with the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers, but I find it awfully suspect when you have skin-to-skin contact. What do I mean by that? We were told he left there without shoes. That means his bare skin would be touching hard surfaces on the driveway, would be touching hard surfaces on the sidewalk, would be touching hard surfaces on the grass, would be touching hard surfaces. You're talking about skin-to-skin contact. Why no dog hits? Doesn't make sense. They can't even prove that boy walked out that door. It almost implies the boy was loaded up and removed from that house because of the lack of scent. What happened? More importantly, when? Everybody's focused on the 26th. The last time anybody other than family saw Sebastian was the Friday before, when he was at school. And quite frankly, family covers family's asses. So at this point, I trust nobody in the family. I want a third party, unrelated. Give me a store clerk. Give me a waitress. Give me a neighbor. Give me a third party unrelated to this family to corroborate whether or not Sebastian was seen after Friday and when was he seen. That's what I want to know. All right, guys, I want to tell you to make it a great Friday. TGIF for all of my beautiful TikTokers out there. I just want to tell you guys are some amazing people. Thank you guys for everything that you guys do. You know what? When it comes to these cases and getting people out there and advocating for these children or other victims, there's nothing more powerful than you, the audience, getting this out there. So I want to thank each and every one of you for making sure that these cases are heard. A lot of people think it's about me. It's not. I'm one person. I can tell you this platform would be dead if it was just left up to me, right? It's all you beautiful people that keep these stories alive. So I just want to tell you guys, thank you. God bless you and keep up the great work. Have a great day. TGIF. Go make it a great weekend and happy Easter.